Well, hello everybody. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're all doing well. It's another chilly day here in Regina, but a little warmer than it has been. It's only -7 today, and -11 with a wind chill. The last little while we've been down in the -28s to -30s with wind chill into the -40s. And for those of you who don't know the scales, the Celsius scale, which we use here in Canada, and the Fahrenheit scale, which you use in the United States, line up at -40. So -40 is the same in either scale. So last week when it was -41 wind chill here, it was pretty much -41 wind chill in the States if you had been under the same circumstances. So that's where we've been at, down in the deep freeze, starting to warm up a bit. But unfortunately, this usually happens around the end of January, beginning of February every year. It warms up a bit, and then it goes back in the deep freeze again for a while. So we'll see what happens. Alrighty. I have a really special shout out today and really like you to pay attention. Alrighty. A very dear YouTube friend of mine named Florentin Tizet, Tisha, sorry, I'm mispronouncing his last name, Florentin Tisha. He had his YouTube channel hacked. The poor guy has been working on it for a few years. He was up, he was monetized. Had over almost 400 videos, 386 or 380 some odd videos up on there. Florentin is a classical guitarist and musician, and wonderful, wonderful videos on music, on sometimes just playing a tune on the guitar for you, sometimes giving tutorials, sometimes talking about other instruments. I know he's done at least one album, which is available on Apple Music, I believe it is. But you can go online and look up his piano album. He's also a concert pianist. Fantastic man. You can't ask for someone nicer than Florentin. But the poor guy, his channel was hacked and stolen and sold, and suddenly you might have, if you subscribed to him, you might have got one or two videos under his channel name that had Japanese cartoons on them. And then the channel name suddenly changed to I Love Japanese. And they were putting up 3-4 videos a day. And basically riding on Florentin's coattails and taking his money and all the hard work he'd put into it. They stole it from him. He was trying to work with YouTube to get something done about it. The channel has since been deleted. Now, we don't know if it was deleted by YouTube or by the person that stole it. But whatever, poor Florentin is starting from scratch. So he went from having multi-thousand subscribers down to having, the last time I looked, 22 subscribers. Now, warning is, if you have a YouTube channel like I do, you are at risk. You could be hacked. So if you'll go to Florentin's channel, his new channel, which is under his name, Florentin Tizet, and he'll give you some pointers on how to avoid being hacked. But please go over there, show Florentin some love and support, and help him to rebuild his channel, and gain back some of the supporters he's lost. I just feel so bad for the guy. I wish I could do something to make things better, but I'm just a little YouTube guy. What can I? I'm not even part of the YouTube corporation, or Google, so I can't help him that way. But Florentin, know our thoughts and prayers are with you, and we're all concerned because what affects one of us affects all of us. So hopefully this will send some new people your way. And I really encourage everybody, go over there, subscribe, hit the bell, and give him some words of encouragement as he starts all over again. I'm just so thankful that he didn't just throw in the towel and say, that's it, I'm done, because I really do enjoy his channel. All right, so Florentin Tizet. I'm sorry, Florentin, I'm mucking up your last name. But I'll put a link in the description box below, but it's Florentin, and it's Tise, but it's pronounced Tisha. Tisha, I think it's the pronunciation. Anyway, go show the gentleman some love, and give him some encouraging words. All right, it's time for our story time. Did you ever play that game growing up? I grew up with it being called My Mother Says. Other people I know called it telephone or telegraph. There's different names for it depending on where you are in the world, but it basically is you have a group of people sitting around in a circle, and one person leans to the person next to him and goes, "Hey, did you hear?" And they whisper. Now, when we played it, it was called My Mother Says, so he'd say, "My mother says," and you'd whisper something to them, and they'd whisper it, and it'd go all the way around the circle till it came back to the person sitting next to the one who started it, and you hear what they said. So I might have said, "My mother says it's lunchtime," and it comes back, "My mother says wash your dirty underwear." You know, it just changes somehow going around the circle. And it might not even be "My mother says" anymore. It might be something else. Well, anyway, it's all about communication and making sure you listen to what's being said to you and repeat it correctly. So this is an interesting one of miscommunication in the military. All right, I'm going to read this to you because my memory's not that great. Hey, Betty, you want to come up and listen to the story? Come on in. Up it comes. Up you comes. Yeah, well, camera's back there. You need to say hi to everybody. I know they think the back of your head is beautiful, but they probably want to see your eyes. Yeah. Alrighty. Consider the following. A colonel issued this directive to his executive officer. Tomorrow evening at approximately 2000 hours, Halley's Comet will be visible in this area, an event which only occurs once every 75 years. Have the men fall out in the battalion area in fatigues. I will explain this rare phenomenon to them. In case of rain, we will not be able to see anything, so assemble the men in the theater, and I will show them films of it. Executive Officer to Company Commander. By the order of Colonel, tomorrow at 2000 hours, Halley's Comet will appear above the battalion area. If it rains, fall the men out in fatigues, then march to the theater, where the rare phenomenon will take place, something which only occurs once every 75 years. Company Commander to the Lieutenant. By the order of the Colonel in fatigues at 2000 hours tomorrow evening, the phenomenal Halley's Comet will appear in the theater. In case of rain in the battalion area, the Colonel will give another order, something which occurs only once every 75 years. Lieutenant to Sergeant. Tomorrow at 2000 hours, the Colonel in fatigues will appear in the theater with Halley's Comet, something which happens only once every 75 years. If it rains, the Colonel will order the Comet into the battalion area. Sergeant to the Squad. When it rains tomorrow at 2000 hours, the phenomenal 75-year-old Colonel Halley... Sorry, let me start that over again. When it rains tomorrow at 2000 hours, the phenomenal 75-year-old Colonel Halley, accompanied by the Colonel, will drive his Comet through the battalion area, appear in the theater in fatigues, appear in the theater in fatigues. That's the end of it. There you go. A really garbled message. So sometimes it's worth checking out what you're hearing to see if your source got it accurate. I often wonder that when I watch some of these things on YouTube, how mucked up it got from when the first statement was issued to the fact that this person heard it and put it up on YouTube, and now it's, dinosaurs attacking downtown Dallas or something, Probably was something started off like the Toronto Raptors would be playing in Dallas that weekend or something. Just things get so mucked up. So anyway, there's an example of miscommunication. Well, now it's time for the Groaner of the Week. Dad was sitting at home one evening watching a TV program, and his daughter comes into him and says, "Dad, what's the difference between anger and exasperation?" And the father says, "Well, that's a really good question, but I think I can demonstrate that to you better than I can explain it." So he walks over to the phone, picks it up, and dials a number at random. First answer, "Hello?" And the father says, "Yes, hello, is Marvin there, please?" "There's no Marvin here, you must have dialed the wrong number. Why don't you learn how to look numbers up properly?" Click. And the father turns to his daughter and says, "Now, you see, that man was probably busy doing something else, and we distracted him from that for a phone call that he didn't need because it wasn't for him. So he's probably a little annoyed right now. Now watch this. So he picks up the phone and he dials the exact same number. Hello? Yes, hello. Is Melvin there, please? What the heck is wrong with you? You just called this number a few minutes ago. I told you there was no Melvin here. For pity's sakes, man, get things correct. Look it up in the phone book and don't call me again. Bang! Slams the receiver down. The father turns to his daughter and says, now see, he's angry now. That's anger. Now watch this. He picks up the phone, dials the exact same number. The guy picks up. Hello! Hi, this is Melvin. Have there been any calls for me? And that, my friend, is exasperation. Alrighty. Hope you have a great weekend and enjoy yourselves. Until then, take care, stay safe, and God bless. Please, please go show Florentin Tisha some loving and support on his channel as he tries to build up a new channel. And again, as I said, I'll put a link in the description below. I hope you'll do that for me and for him, and for all your fellow YouTubers who might be the next one to get hacked and have their channel stolen. We pray not, but in this day and age, one never knows. So until then, till Tuesday when we have some fun in the kitchen, God bless.